Yo, I'm Michael McFadden of Power 108.9, and one of the most common questions that I always get is what's the difference between radio and podcasts? Well, today, hopefully, I can dispel the myth that they are the same. Let's start with Power 108.9. We opened our doors back in April of 2018 with just one show, Michael and Joy in the Morning. And almost 4 years later, we are currently running 14 different live shows with 50 episodes per month and 3 syndication partners in Philly, New Jersey, and Chicago. We also host several podcasters here at Power 108.9, which provides them with the tools that they need for great sounding podcasts. And I gotta admit, it looks pretty good in here too.
If you've never been to Power 108, let me tell you something. It smells amazing. I don't know where the smell is coming from. It looks vacuumed. The microphone has definitely been sanitized. Okay, like this is a no COVID zone. Okay.
So Power 108.9 is a hybrid of both, right? We're a 24-hour radio station that plays all of your favorite hit songs, old school and new, great on-air personalities, and some of your favorite podcasters record here. And this brings us to the differences between podcast versus radio. Let's start with scheduled shows versus on demand. Now, all of your favorite radio shows are on at their same time, all the time. So if it's the Penalty Box Radio Sundays at 10 a.m., Mornings with Michael and Friends weekdays at 8 a.m., or the Unbroken Experience with Cindy B Thursdays at 7 p.m., you can always count on them to be there, right? When you think about podcasting, your favorite podcast has their content on demand. They will generally record first, edit, and release, which we'll discuss later, talking about the differences between radio versus podcast. The next difference that comes to mind is mass appeal versus mass niche, right? With radio, most radio shows focus on mass appeal to listeners. That's why you'll hear a reset of a show, usually at the bottom of the hour, to reset the show for those new listeners during that time. The focus of conversation will also be on several different subjects throughout the show. Now, our podcasters, though, they're normally focused on a product niche, right? For example, if you love birds, you could probably find a bird lovers podcast. So with podcasting, the host is very comfortable with their niche market. And the obvious difference, live versus pre-recorded. Now, radio talk show hosts love the live element because of the instant ability to engage with the listeners. So if it's real-time call-ins, contests, and of course those classic bloopers that happen on air that you can never fix.
This is Sasha Mercedes on Climate Sessions. Oh, shit.
Podcasting allows the host to edit in post-production, providing a cleaner product when it's time to release to their fan base. Now, as you can see, there are several differences between radio and podcast. And like I mentioned earlier, we are a hybrid between the two. I hope this helped. Until next time.